Welcome
was
to
something new.
another. Yeah, Tim just threw a monkey. Tim trying to get fancy on us. Welcome to another edition of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You got Wayne, Ethan, and Tim in the building. I got a little quick hitter, little quick hosh posh of sports, Philly sports. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Sixers and of course the upcoming Eagles game. Um, Start off with the Sixers. We haven't talked Sixers in a little bit. So since the last time we talked, I think we got Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah.
Um, I like the signing. I actually think the Sixers have a decent team. They got a lot of good role players if the stars play like you expect them to. If Bede and Harden, and I think we all think Maxey has a potential to have a breakout year this year. But you can still get the same Toby you had last year. But with the role players they got, I think the Sixers could be a problem in the East this year. What y'all thinking about these moves?
um, we'll see.
Is it enough?
Did we get tougher? Yeah, I think we got tougher. Yeah, like Tim said, is it enough? We'll see. I just want to see how Harden come back. You know, he's supposed to have been injured. That's why he was so off. But I am excited about Max to see what he can do with in his third year. But I think it's about Harden. See what type of Harden we get. Once we see what Harden we get, we go from there.
And Joel adds something to his game. Because it's bottom line. Think about it. If Joel comes back and make quicker decisions on the court and make those better passes, just some elevating a little bit will take us to the next level.
That won't even matter if we get the same Harden we had in the playoffs. I agree with Ethan. It will not matter if we get the same Harden we got in the playoff. You can have your hatred for Joel all you want.
I like Joel.
No, the first thing come out your mouth is Joel. We had Maxey disappear at times in the playoffs. Not like that a lot, but we had Harden just straight up turn into a pumpkin in the playoffs. And the first thing you say is if Embiid adds something to his game.
But you act like Joel wasn't hurt last year in the playoffs the last 2-3 years.
He was, and guess what? When he did play, we was dominant. When he played and was healthy, we were dominant.
And my concern is because Joel going against the Bull Williams from Boston, that's not going to be too much of a. I don't see Joel just dominating the Bull Williams from Boston. I really don't.
I do.
You think he'll dominate him in the center position? The two of them going
yes.
head?
I don't think that he has the strength to hang with Joel. And then that's why I like the addition that the Sixers made with a Montrezl Harrell, with a PJ Tucker, like these other tough, gritty guys that could get down there and play physical and play stuff like that. That's what the Sixers was missing. The Sixers got punked. They was getting beat up last year.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it comes down to Joel, though. Joel has to stay healthy. He has to be healthy come June and July. We can't May and June. We can't have him always coming down with another injury and then blaming everybody else but him. He has to be there. The best ability is availability. That's what they always say. But he's always injured. So I need Joel to be there. Y'all right about Harden. Harden has to be able to stay. He has to be healthy. We haven't seen a healthy Harden. We don't know if he's washed up or he was just injured.
We'll know this year.
We'll know in a couple of weeks. And then
because ain't no way it's gonna be no excuse. This really is like a contract year for him. So yeah, if he can't come out and ball out this year, then that's a wrap.
But I like the team. I think the team we got some. We still got we got better leadership now. Before we had a lot of young boys, but now we got some veteran leadership, which we needed. A lot of times, just because you're the best player physically, don't mean that you are a leader on the team. And I think we have like veterans on it. I like the PJ Tucker. That's why I know y'all was hesitant about PJ Tucker, but I like the PJ Tucker.
I wasn't hesitant. I thought it was an upgrade from what we had.
I was.
Yeah.
He like 40 something. He'll be 45 on the contract. So, but
he will not.
Hopefully, he still got something left in the tank.
But I think the athletes nowadays is a little bit different. The way that they, for the most part, that they care for their bodies and the treatments that they could do, keep their bodies in shape. You see a lot of guys playing. You see Harden. I mean, that's like don't nobody even think about. You see Steph Curry. you think Steph Curry's still like in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? The way that he 33. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's just the way the athletes are now. I think they spend more on getting it, and you got technology's gotten better.
Hope PJ Tucker like that.
I mean, I don't expect him to be great. I expect him to be at least what he was last year.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I ain't surprised him. I think we all should be excited about it. Remember Tim used to always talk about how we need them guys that grew up in the rough. You know what I'm saying? We had too many suburbanite types.
Yep.
Well, now you got them dudes that look like they ready to get in there and tussle.
And that's what we need. That's the type of players that's playing late in the season. Those are the boys that
I don't know. I don't think toughness beat us. I think lack of skill beat us. But
no, we got
some toughness.
Miami.
I think Miami had a lot to do with toughness.
Like we had no shot against Boston or Miami. To be honest with you,
is that toughness or is that skill?
I think we had a shot against Miami if Bede was able to play, but I think it's a combination of both. I can see what you're saying. I mean, for real, Jimmy it was just Jimmy that was killing us. But if you look at the other play, like they really was playing physical and tough and punking Maxey at times. When they focused on Maxey, they kind of put the clamps on him a little bit, and Tobias was non-existent. So you know what I'm saying, and Bede started falling around and holding himself. They was already beat up a little bit, and then Miami came in there and just started pounding on them, and they gave.
Sure did.
All right, what else? What you got?
So Tim? The NBA this year, they not this year, but this week they suspended the Phoenix Suns owner for a year, fined him $10 million because they say he was a little bit misogynistic and he was using the N-word a lot around there. Like, this is my team. So LeBron and Chris Paul came out, and now the minority owner came out, and they was like that the league got it wrong in that decision.
Who minority owner? Jordan? Jordan came out?
No, the minority owner of the Suns. One of their owners.
Okay.
Yeah, like the majority owner they suspended, but one of the minority they asked him to resign. You think the NBA got it wrong? You think they should have done something differently? Like they should have forced them to sell a team like they did the guy from the Clippers a few years back?
I gotta be honest with you. I gotta look into that. I ain't reading it like I should.
I mean, there was a whole list of people that had complaints against them, and it even started out like last year. That's what the minority owner was saying. So, see, the only thing about when you saying make somebody sell the team, are they talking about just make him sell his portion of the team, or did the whole team have to be sold? Because you have other owners in there. So
most likely they would have to sell their part. He had to sell his stake in his like shares.
Yeah,
his shares of the company and then they would vote on them like they did.
Well, to me, that should be something on the board. Well, I mean, I guess if he's the majority owner, I guess it would have to be the NBA to do it.
Yeah, the NBA had to do it.
Yeah.
So also,
I think they're going to look at it. Are they going to look at it again?
No,
it's already done.
The decision.
They ain't going to Deshaun Watson.
No, but LeBron and PJ, not Chris Paul, they putting a little pressure on them. So who knows? And so we.
I mean, so what? So is Chris Paul going to refuse to play for them if the guy's there? See, I don't want to hear that. Listen. Chris Paul's an intricate part of that team. If he's really about that, then he say that he can't work under those conditions, and maybe even
$46 million.
Then shut up. Either put your money up or shut up.
All right.
Dave Chappelle put $50 million on the table to step off for principles. Chris Paul got more money than Dave Chappelle had when he stepped off.
That's true.
So, my thing is, I'm just saying, like, of course, it's easy to say for somebody else to do it, but if you're going to speak up and you that staunch on it, then if he sits up there and says, I mean, in this era of litigation, he can sit up there and say, I mean, anytime Ben Simmons was able to get some of his money back with his talking about mental damage and all that other stuff, Chris Paul could say that he can't play under those conditions. He could say that it's stressing him out to play under an owner that feels that way about him.
Okay. So another news, I know a few weeks ago the NBA schedule came out and we saw that the Sixers are actually playing on Christmas Day. What y'all thoughts about that? I'm glad that they playing on Christmas Day. I'm not happy with the opponent that we playing. We playing the Knicks. I think there's a lot of other teams that probably had I thought would be a better matchup for us to play on that Christmas.
Let's get that win.
What do you?
They want the Knicks to be good. You know,
Like,
the NBA wants the Knicks to be good
because there's a slate of games, but they got like the Bucks is playing the Celtics. To me, that looks like a good matchup for Christmas Day. And then they
so what the Sixers been blowing the Knicks out lately, or have they had tough games?
Didn't we split? Didn't we split with the Knicks this year?
That's what I'm saying. We've had tough games.
We usually beat them pretty bad. We've been beating them consistently.
Remember, I don't know if it was last year. It might have been the year before last. Remember, he was talking about how the Knicks play is tough, and he was all scared to have to face the Knicks. The year that we lost to Atlanta, you was talking about how tough the Knicks was, and this, that, and the other. Remember that?
I mean, that was a couple years ago.
That was the year before last year. But last year
they had a down year. That's what I'm saying. They wasn't too good last year. I'm saying you got the Cleveland Cavaliers is an up and coming team in the East. You got the Chicago Bulls. They're pretty consistent right now. That's a lot of teams that would be a better matchup for the Sixers if they was going to be playing.
The Sixers swept the Bulls. So what's that matchup going to be? The Sixers handled the Bulls last year.
They were unhealthy also.
Nah. Don't tell me about the Bulls struggled against all the teams that had winning records. So the Bulls, as of right now, they looking like fool's gold because they against the better teams they don't compare well.
But you still got the Cavs, you still got Atlanta, you still got a lot of teams that
Sixers handled the Cavs too.
I don't have no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Have no problem with it.
And it's a division game.
Yeah.
And the last time we was on here, we was on there talking about KD where he was going next. He decided to stay in Brooklyn. Now tell me, has Brooklyn now are they one top 4 teams? Knowing that you got Ben coming back and you got KD staying in a healthy Kyrie who's able to play the entire season. Is Brooklyn now one of the top 4 teams to beat in the NBA this year?
They're a team of dysfunction. Who's their center? Who's their starting center?
Claxton, I think.
Okay. I think they got talent. I think they got enough talent to make some noise in the league.
I think they became a top 4 before.
I think they got enough talent. I think it's about the coaching, but I think they have enough talent.
But I don't think that
if Nash can get them dudes on the same page, then
they don't care. They see this is my thing. We already know how Kyrie felt about Nash. Kyrie felt like Nash wasn't even like they didn't even need Nash as a coach. KD said he wanted them out of there. So now all of a sudden everything's gonna come back together, kumbaya. And Ben Simmons and Ben Simmons, the player who flaked on them in the playoffs, now he's gonna come. So now all this is gonna be all kumbaya now when they all come back. Ben Simmons left their team chat because he wasn't gonna play in the playoffs. Yeah. And you telling me that now everybody's gonna be kumbaya on that team. They do got talent, but I just think they're a team of disarray.
Raj, you said that NBA executives not voting Tyrese Maxey. He didn't make the list. Well, listen,
how many was it? How many was in the list?
This is young players under 25. I thought he made the list. I thought it was like low on the list though.
How far are you going in the list though?
Yeah, 25. He definitely, in my opinion, he's definitely top 25. I can't see how he's not on there.
Oh, top 25 under 25?
Hey, Raj said Maxey ain't gonna last long in the NBA. Okay. Why not?
I mean, he got the work ethic. It's going to see if it comes to fruition on the court. That's what I like about Maxey. I think that we all like about him. Maxey putting in work, and it's not just him putting in videos showing that he's working. We saw improvement last year.
Yeah.
So, hopefully he takes that next step up and be more consistent.
And what do you think about the Lakers? They made a couple moves too the last few weeks. LeBron.
They brought Schroeder back.
Yeah, Schroeder signed the 1-year deal, like 2.5. He played.
Didn't that almost like 85?
He
played himself, man.
And
he turned down $80 million, didn't he?
He turned down
something like that.
$88 million. He turned down, thinking he was gonna get 180. He thought he was gonna be Tobias Harris. There's only one Tobias. Because I know his wife is like looking at him in disgust. Like,
what up, everybody? What up, Mr. Wing, Raj? Easy money.
Hey, Raj, listen. Van Fleet is different from Maxey. Maxey has elite speed. Van Fleet is chunky, slow dude that can shoot. He can't. I mean, there's a difference between him and Maxey. Speed, you can't teach speed. You can't teach speed. If you have somebody that has speed and athleticism, you could teach some other stuff. Now, if they learn it or not, that's a different thing. But I don't. He doesn't have the same physical. Neither. Who the heck did Van Fleet defend last year?
So, and then he's still playing next to a 6'5" guard, so it's not that backcourt. Like to me, Cleveland's backcourt is way small when they got Donovan Mitchell and what's the other one name? They got
I think the Lakers is thinking about buying. I heard they're thinking about buying out Westbrook. Would y'all look at him? Y'all take a look at Westbrook?
No.
Nah, only because I think he needs the ball in his hands, and you already got Maxey. You want Maxey to get more touches. You know, B gonna get his touches, and Harden. You know what I'm saying? So, I think Westbrook needs the ball too much in his hands, and I don't think he fits.
All right, we ain't getting into this Eagle joint.
All right, we're done. We're about wrapping basketball. LeBron signed a 2-year, $97 million. He's gonna be playing until he's 40 years old. You think he'll still be a top tier player at 40?
He hasn't shown me anything. Where did he show that he had one of his best statistical seasons last year? Where did he show that he's slowing down?
Yeah, I think he might wind up re-upping and going like 41 to 42.
He's gonna try to stay in the league till his kids get there, at least one of them.
Yeah. His youngest son shot up. He was like the shortest one, and now he's taller than Bronny. So he might be the one that make it. But,
he did shoot up.
Well, we got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks till training camp start. I think the training camp begins on the 29th, and then the 30th they go and start. The media day is the 29th, and the 30th they go out there in South Carolina and play. So we got a little bit, only 2 weeks, fellas, and we back to basketball every night, or at least 3 times a week.
I can't wait to see what the team start. Hopefully, they play more preseason basketball with your stars than they play preseason football with your stars.
But here's the thing: they only have like 2 weeks of training camp, and then the regular season begin. And they got OTAs for a month and a half. So this is what they're practicing. It's the same thing they're practicing. So Doc got to implement a system, and he got to get all those other players up to speed and everything. But they're gonna be all right. I like what I see. I do believe we're gonna be a top tier in the NBA this year.
50 wins.
I'm saying 50.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think at least 50.
I'm saying 55.
55. Okay.
What's up, Starscream?
All right, y'all. So the NFL season has begun. We're going to week 2. First of all, before we start going to next week's game, what do y'all feel after a few days later? How do y'all feel about the win that we got over Detroit?
I'm happy with it. A win's a win in the NFL, like I said. I just want to, for me, this season, all right, I can't hear him up. It's about the progression of Jalen Hurts. I want to see the progression, man. I sent y'all the videos. Y'all seen them.
I saw all 22. They say he looked. Everybody keeps saying a lot of people have a different impression on when they originally watched the game. They're like, you know what? He did a lot of good things. Everybody keeps saying, they're like, well, he ran a lot. And everybody keeps saying, well, they was playing man defense the majority of the game. The Detroit was. So they said it was a bunch of open lanes for him to run.
Wait. That's not what everybody was saying.
No, wait, wait. So you telling me the defense is playing man defense?
Man defense.
And you have these players like Goddard and Quez and I don't know why I'm forgetting the name. Our main receiver. We got all these guys, Brown. We got all these guys, and you telling me it's 1-on-1, and the quarterback can't pick that apart?
He did. That's why Whitfield had a career. He had the game of his life. AJ Brown got off. You act like nobody got off.
They didn't score any touchdowns, did they?
They scored 4 touchdowns. They just at the
no. The receiver. If you telling me it's 1-on-1 matchup, listen. I appreciate what he did. He did what he can do. My issue is going to come into when you're playing a defense that actually knows how to defend that run.
You're going to see it this year.
And he has to pass. Then you're going to see.
You want to see it this week because Minnesota is a zone playing team. Even AJ Brown mentioned, he said they play a lot of zone. So they sitting there in those zones, everything. That's when he's going to have an opportunity to really spread that ball around. You'll see it on Monday night.
And you think he's good at reading defenses and reading zones and picking them apart,
He's
or just running through throws?
This is my problem. He like I showed y'all the one video where they sent 7, and AJ Brown was free on one. Jalen Hurts, his mind is always set on run. I want him to try to rewire it a little bit and hit the open receiver. AJ Brown could have got some yards on that play. I sent y'all the video. I sent you the clip.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I
you
like
have to. You as a quarterback, it is times when you have to throw against the blitz. You got to stand in there, throw, and take the hit. That's part of being a quarterback. I want him to nail that part down.
Well, the other part that he has to nail down is know how to maneuver in the pocket. Because yes, the line didn't block great for him passing, but how much of that could he have made better if he take like a side step, and move over and give his receivers more time? That's like on the one play that Ethan sent. Like I think it was like Jalen took off and ran, and if he would have just stopped, I think who was it? Quez that was like sitting right over the middle that he could have just dropped it down to and let him get it with space.
The way that if you saw that line, it wasn't where he can move over and then he'd be open. When he moved over, if he was running for his life, he's running for his dear life. He had to take off. Those when you rewatch the game and the tape, you see that it wasn't an opportunity.
You know what the Eagles better do? The Eagles better run. Green Bay ran against them well. Green Bay receivers was averaging like 5 yards and 6 yards a carry against them.
So
I agree with him. I think this was I can't rate this trade until the season's over better than T.O. because we made it to the Super Bowl. We made it to the Super Bowl with T.O. that year.
I can't say it's better than T.O.
Even though T.O. did get hurt. I think T.O. missed the playoffs too, but we beat the teams without T.O. But we did make it to the Super Bowl.
Though.
We had a good record.
And we would have won if Donovan would have just thrown the ball instead of being butthurt.
AJ for real, though. AJ for real, man.
He is.
Josh Allen on runners. Josh Allen had 10 carries his first game, and I think that was probably one too many. And Jalen Hurts had 17. That's too many for your quarterback. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. 17 rushes is too many. We got to get
90 yards. He also had 90 yards.
You don't think 17 carries is good?
I'm not every week, but some days you're gonna need him to carry him. You're gonna need him to carry the team. He won the game for us last week.
So do we have good receivers? Because I thought this was the best receiving core that we had in a while.
Yeah, we got good ones. It was just
so if you like Tim said, if you're telling me that they was playing man on man and we got a good receiving core. Listen, Jalen got the win. He did enough to win.
The block
and I give it to him because I don't think that Jalen chokes. I think that he do have the heart and the fortitude to do stuff, but I don't know. I just don't trust him as a passer.
If be honest, if you got the receivers there, because we saw in the Super Bowl a few years ago when not Minnesota, but the Chiefs, they had the receivers, they had the run game, but they didn't have the offensive line. And no matter what Holmes did, and Holmes at that point was a Super Bowl winning quarterback, it didn't matter if the offensive line is not blocked.
Tampa Bay had the D line though. Tampa Bay had the defense.
That's what I'm saying. But if you're not blocking, it doesn't matter how great your quarterback is. And last week, our team wasn't blocking well. They wasn't protecting Hurts like that. That's why he was taking off.
I don't agree with that. We seen two different things.
Well.
I mean, they blocked well on the running game, didn't they?
Say it again.
They blocked well on the run game.
Their run blocking skills is good, but it don't matter.
So why don't it matter? Why don't then go with what works? Then go with what works.
Which they did. They did. That's why they had 4 rushing touchdowns.
No. Actually, that's how come. That's how come we couldn't score later in the game, even though the defense was giving up points. If the offense would have kept the same pace and would have kept putting points up, then it wouldn't have mattered.
Mr. Wayne said Kelsey said that Jalen bailed us out because they knew the line stunk. They stunk. And so Jalen like, okay, we're gonna win it. And then Miles Sanders had a great game. He was balling. So you had Miles Sanders balling. Jalen ball, and they both had 90 yards rushing. So they did what they had to do to win the
We
game.
have a
Miles Sanders
great
had
running
90
team.
Miles
We have a
Sanders had
great
90
running
yards
team.
rushing.
What you say?
Miles Sanders had 90 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he broke the big.
They had
Maybe he broke a
a one
big one
number.
out.
Hey, Jay Quest, I agree with you. I said this before. Our offensive line is built to run.
Yep.
And we pass too much with that O line. I think we should run a little more. I think we should
And
get
pass a
under
whole lot out of
center.
that shotgun.
I think we should get under center a little more. To me, this feels like how we started last year. Remember, it was all run heavy. I mean, all pass heavy. Then we started getting L's. Then we had to go back to the run. To me, it feels like we
was a
fall in
little
the
bit more
same
balance.
thing we did last year. I
Jalen
want to see more balance.
He only threw the ball like 32, 33 times.
Yes, I know, Mr. Wing. I want to run in the center too.
We don't run on the center.
They ain't do that till the end of the game.
How tall is Jalen? Kind of short though, ain't he? I know sometimes with the shorter quarterbacks, it's a little tough to put them under center because you got these giants in front of them on the O line.
6'7", 6'8" dudes.
Yeah.
5.
So it's like you got to get them some kind of line of vision. So I understand some of that with the shotgun.
The line, the offense was balanced last week. As I said, the only thing I would like to see more is he included if he was able to get Devontae involved a little bit more.
The defense worries me a little bit, especially going against this Minnesota team.
Yeah.
With Dalvin Cook and Jefferson and Kirk Cousins and Jalen Reagor, they're gonna be scary.
Jalen Reagor.
The defense is too passive.
But I mean, I'm worried about the defense. No, we got no pass rush last week. We supposedly brought in these pass rushers. The Philly dude we brought him from the Panthers. Hassan Reddick. He ain't getting no pressure. Graham ain't getting no pressure. Fletcher Cox got one sack, but it was the sack was really caused by the quarterback when he dropped the ball. So I want to see that line play better and stop the run. We got our hands full Monday night.
Here's the thing, though. This falls on Jonathan Gannon. He got to be on the hot seat or something. I mean, I don't understand his scheme. I don't know what he's doing, but he got a bunch of talent, and it seems like the natural talent is the one they made the plays. But his scheme. I don't see his scheme. I don't know what he's doing out there.
I mean, it's 6'2". 6'2" is on the shorter side for quarterback, isn't it?
It's
I mean, because I mean, not saying that you can't be good at 6'2".
It is, but that's like Vic's. Vic was 6'1".
Yeah, but a lot of these other guys, when you talk about them being that tall, they usually have something that ours don't have. A rocket.
Yeah, he don't. Yeah. Vic arm was crazy.
Yeah,
Hurts probably give you a good 50 yards if he put his whole back and he jump in the air. I think he can get you 50. 55. Vic was getting you like 7.
They was only sending 3 and 4 rushes. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, he said we ain't gonna get. He's talking about the defense.
He said he was blocking that man.
Yeah. No, email talking about. I think he's talking about the defense. I agree. I was looking back at some of the film. The defense is passive. Like I'm looking at. It's like I was looking at like even like the first big run that the Lions had. It was like Hargrave was like in the middle, like in the hole, and then it's like he stopped. Like he ain't know where he was supposed to go. The tight end just got in front of him, and the running back hit the gap and was gone. They look like they're too passive. I want to see some aggressiveness on defense. You improved your secondary. That front 7 should be flying around on a lot of them plays.
Yep.
I need Cox. I need him to put the what's the big young boy? Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
Give him a little burn. Maybe you can switch off with Hargrave and Cox and get him in there with maybe get him next to Cox or get him next to Hargrave or move Cox around, put him at end when you get them all in there. So I want to see Gannon do some things, man. He's gonna have to pull all the stops out against the Minnesota team, man. They got weapons.
Yeah.
We'll know whether Jefferson. We know if our cornerbacks is up to par when they going against them. You got Slay and Bradbury. They got a tough job on Monday night. But,
against Jefferson, yeah.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins, they got Kirk Cousins there, quarterback, right?
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he hit or miss. But he hit or miss.
Yeah, but he always, for some reason, he get the Eagles. He get the Eagles problems, even when he was with Washington.
Yeah,
That's true.
For some reason,
he got
man. I don't
21
know.
wins against us. He plays well against the Eagles. This is a new regime, but for some reason he always plays well. All right, I got any final thoughts? We said we was gonna make this a quick pod. We be back after the game on Monday. We be live. Hopefully it'll be all four of us. And that's why we was able to get out here on time because there's only three of us. But thanks for listening and watching. We'll be back.
So what's your prediction for Monday?
I can't root against the Eagles ever.
Yeah, I'm saying you. I mean, you give a prediction. That don't mean that you're rooting against them.
I'll be thinking with my heart with the Eagles, man. So it's
it's kind of hard. But
the game in Philly, ain't it?
It's in Philly. It's the home opener. So I see us winning.
Eagles win by 3.
I see us putting up points. I say 20, 27, 21.
I can see that. I think it's got to be a run heavy game. It got to be a running game. I think both teams average well running the ball, and both teams' defenses look like they give up some running yards. So it's going to be matter which one of these teams going to want to air it out and how well they do it. But I can see the Eagles. I think the Eagles should win it at home.
I think if Devontae is going to show up this year, I think we're going to see Devontae. Nice, maybe go for 67 yards. But AJ still going to be there. He going to get his shot. I think AJ going to do well. He might get another 100 yards receiving his first touchdown of the season.
Yep.
And young Jalen, again, he's going to have an MVP season.
We'll see.
Not with them stats he put up on last week. He going to have to put up better stats than that for MVP.
Anyway, hey, y'all, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Yo, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when we're going to be on. But you definitely know we'll be on after the game.
Catch us after the game.
We out.
All right, peace.